Hey guys, welcome to the Naruto Mythos podcast. I'm here today with Knight and Vax and myself, and we're just here to talk about pre-release, what cards we think that you should be taking, obviously, because it's a very new game. We just have some opinions on which cards are better than others because we have hundreds of hours of just playing the game before the actual game was released. So let's just get right into it. Are you happy with that, fellas?
Yeah, perfect.
Cool. Well, I think the perfect place to start is the most broken card of them all, and that being Kakashi. Would you like to talk about Kakashi, Knight?
I mean, where do I start? It's for 4 cost, 4 power. It's, if you don't know, the main effect is on play. Copy a non-upgrade instant effect of an enemy character with 4 cost or less in play. That's the whole effect. The upgrade is there's no cost limit, but with it being a pre-release event, the chances of you getting a Kakashi that you can upgrade over it is slim, but just for standalone effect is good. Due to due to all the cards it can get played, it can copy. It's just such a good card.
Yeah, I
Rax.
would agree with you. I think this is such a good card. Honestly, just because whatever your opponent plays, it essentially means that you also have that effect. Um, in a pre-release format, everything's already so random that having a card that just gives you the opportunity between different effects is really, really good. Um, and usually there's a lot of four cost cards in the game that are worth copying. Isn't that right, Vax?
Yeah, sure. So I was cracking my neck. Yeah, no. My only disagreement is Tauntaun's the best card in the game. Period. Even for sealed.
What the fuck? What the fuck does this have to? This is staying in the podcast. Okay, you get your Tauntaun. We'll get to your Tauntaun agenda, fella.
Tauntaun.
We'll get to your Tauntaun. Okay, Kakashi can copy what I think is kind of the best card in the game. He can copy Shina, which lets you and your opponent draw a card. He can copy Kawato, revive a card. He can copy Shina when he flips over from like being hidden, which makes him only cost one chakra initially.
Copy
Um,
Gamma Hero.
Gama Hero to draw a card. He has so much utility in the game that if you have not drawn him and your opponent has, you're at a massive disadvantage. So please be on the lookout for 4 cost Kakashi at your pre-release events. Is there anything else you guys want to add to that?
Nope. I'm
Cool.
good with
Let's
that.
talk about the Eno line then. The free cost zero power Eno, which has the ability of take control of a 2 cost or lower opponent. So this does include hidden cards. This is also just a great card in general, in my opinion, just because it's able to net you a card from your opponent and take away a card from them. So it gives you a card, they get rid of a card. How good's that?
Yeah, it's minimum stealing 1 chakra away from them and gaining you a chakra every round. If in perfect use you're stealing a 2 cost character, but most of the time it's just a hidden character that you're stealing really.
Yeah.
It's it's a automatic play even with the new rule changes that are announced. With it being when Eno gets killed, like, or anything that takes control, when they get killed, the character goes back to the opponent's side. Like, even so, it's still really, it's an insta take really.
Especially in pre-release, because how many like cards say destroy, right, or hide in in the game right now, especially in a non-constructed deck list, right?
Yeah, there's not many. I mean, even I played a couple games on the sim, and even then, I'm only getting probably about 7 cards that can hide and or destroy. So it's not a guarantee at all.
Yeah. I also really like the 5 cost Eno. It's a 5/4 that lets you move one of your opponent's weakest characters in this mission. Uh, so it's pretty high for its cost, like for what it does. However, moving an opponent's character is really, really beneficial especially because it kind of acts as a removal tool when you're trying to win a mission. So it's something I tend to look at. Would you agree?
Yeah, movement, hide, and destroy are the most powerful. Like they're similar effects. Like you get to control what your opponent does, or you get to take control. Uh, I would when I was playing my Sims Online, I was looking for movement, hide, and destroy effects.
Yeah, because
That's
you
what
can
I
play
was
the
looking for,
pre-release
and that's
event online, correct?
yeah, you can, yeah.
Yeah, it's a very important
So,
tool. I think we'll have it linked in the description, and we really recommend that you try it. I find it really fun just to play in pre-release because I live in America. I live in Australia, so I won't be able to get cards for a while. Yeah.
yeah,
One tech I really like about the 5 cost as well, is if they have a hidden card and one card upright, you move the card that's upright because it moves the weakest non-hidden, which means it also has that additional effect. So if your opponent has just a hidden card, you can still move the upright card, which is really beneficial. I really like that.
yeah. It's a perfect play for that, isn't it?
Yeah, I even recommend running her cheapest card, the 1/1, because a 1/1 is a great card. It's a great scout card. Would you agree, Vax?
Yeah, the 1/1 is actually good in the sealed events, especially if you do see the mind transfer but also because you're likely to see Chojis and Shikamaru's. So it's definitely a good scout card for sure.
Because it powers up one as well if you have another team member, correct?
Yeah.
Cool. Well, let's talk about free Kiba, free cost, free power Kiba. Vax, I'll let you take this one away.
Oh, right off rip.
Right
Okay.
off the rip. I didn't give
Oh,
you the
good.
perfect pass there, but you'll deliver anyway.
No stress. So Kiba Inuzuka, all fours jutsu, 3 chakra cost, 3 power, uncommon. It's a teammate jutsu from the Leaf Village. It's got an effect. It's got an instant effect. Hide the non-hidden enemy character with the lowest cost in this mission. We don't really care about the upgrade effect. It's fine, but you really just play it for its main instant effect. Ultimately, this card actually shapes the way the game is played because we've play tested this game for hundreds of hours, tried playing the game in different ways, trying to figure out the best way to play the game essentially in an efficient manner. And this card makes it so that you can no longer just drop high cost cards at missions without any other characters there previously, because otherwise you just get outvalued by this 3 cost card like so heavily. So it's forced a situation where you kind of want to play the game in a thematic way to how ninjas would send out, their operatives on missions, where you send out the scouts first to gain intel before sending out the big guns, because now you want to spend as little to no chakra as possible, investing at the start of a new mission. That way you can dodge effects like Kiba, even mind transfer, like getting value early, because you don't really want to give your opponent a lot of value right off the bat. It also avoids 5/5 Zabuza, and you usually want to spend less chakra than your opponent early on, so you can spend your chakra more wisely, playing around what your opponent does. And so we've set up this terminology where 1 cost or less cards are really good in this game as scouts that you can play early on. They're cheap and they provide benefit, and they play around this Kiba as well as mind transfer, Zabuza, water prison jutsu, etc.
So
And the best cards at that are like Tonton, Akamaru, Gamatatsu.
Yeah, it's
And
all like the 1 cost that can be played ahead of what you actually want to play in said mission.
yeah, Tonton's the best card in the game purely because it costs 0 chakra, and the fact that being a body on the field, it generates you a chakra each round. It's a target your opponent doesn't want to steal with mind transfer. It's a target your opponent doesn't want to hide with their 3/3 Kiba because you get no value out of it, because you can always just reflip the Tonton for free. Tauntaun's value is also incredible, being just a Tauntaun, because you don't want to steal it with an Eno, because you can't upgrade over the Tauntaun with like relevant characters. Like it doesn't have an upgrade line. Like Eno could steal a 1-cost Akamaru and like still upgrade over it with a 4/4 Akamaru and gain value. But like Tauntaun, there's no value in stealing it, hiding it, or doing anything to it. So you kind of just let your opponent have this card, unless you have like a Sankoff and Gara and you play it later on to blow up multiple Tauntauns or hidden cards. But like Tauntaun is such incredible value in this game. It gets around all removal. It gets around sorry, let me respeak. Because it doesn't get around removal. It just gets around being punished by huge tempo swings in like that have removal effects on them, like Kiba and Zabuza. And then also like 5/5 Kabuto hiding the entire mission. You can flip Tauntaun back over for free, and it slows down the round as well, so your opponent's forced to spend more chakra before you do.
Well,
Tauntaun is just incredible for that.
Well, thank you for telling us about Kiba. We were going to get onto Tauntaun next.
Yeah,
so essentially what I hear is that Kiba changed the game so that you need a lot of little characters, because you get really punished if you play big cards at new missions, or if you have big cards at missions where there's no little cards, essentially because he hides the lowest cost. So you really want to be careful of that in pre-release. Now, he is an uncommon, which means you will likely run into him a lot, so just be wary of that, and it's a card you really want to be running, just because of how beneficial it is, okay? This was honestly the difference between you winning the game and you losing the game, because Kiba in himself, unlike Kakashi and Ino, who do generate value, depending on what your opponent does, Kiba essentially really just punishes your opponent without too much setup, in my opinion. It's mostly reliant on your opponent has to play around it or they get punished by it. So it's a card we all recommend. We all play this. We're all annoyed by this at this point because it's nearly in every deck, and we recommend it. It's a card that changed the game for us, essentially, and it's the card that's going to change the game for you at pre-release. So please take it. Next, I was going to talk about.
Yeah, if I could just add one point.
Yes, please.
Yeah, thankfully, because of the whole scout system, Kiba is easy enough to play around now. However, the reason the card is so threatening is because it's currently like the highest value card for its cost. In set 1, there's no other cards that do this for its cost. Like the earliest removal effects you can get on like a 3 cost is like just defeating a hidden character. And half the time it requires ambush anyway, so it's more like a 4 cost. Whereas like Kiba's like the first card at a 3-cost power level that can hide anything, all the way up to like a 6 or 7-cost card. It gets so much chakra value when you can hide something big. It's ridiculous.
It is very broken. I think you've already scratched the Tauntaun itch. Are you happy to move past it, or would you like to talk a bit more about the Tauntaun?
Yeah. Nah, if I think of anything else, I'll say it later.
All right, yeah, Tauntaun worth playing. Okay, well, Knight, I would really like for you to take this one off. This is the Kabuto line. In my opinion, one of the best lines to play in pre-release, right?
He is a go. 100%. So let's start with the bottom boy. 3/3, yeah?
Yeah.
Ambush, draw the top card of your opponent's deck and add it to any mission on your side. So not only are you getting obviously 3 power down, you're getting the chakra from him for the next round. You're also gaining a hidden character, which is minimum going to be a chakra generator, but could be something that you can upgrade over or something that you need from their deck. And with it being pre-release, they're not running a deck that has their favoured playstyle or anything like that. So most of the time you're going to be playing with similar cards. So it's going to help you more than in a normal format.
I couldn't agree more. It's also a card that Kabuto's a 3/3 that you can hide early on and then play, and because you're not the card he draws from your opponent's deck, you can play it at any mission, meaning you're not locked into the card you steal. So I really like that.
Yeah, it's really good.
Yeah.
And then moving on to the 4/4, so you've got the upgrade effect, which is discard a card, and then the main effect, which is play the character at the top of your discard pile paying 3 less. So if you do have re-upgrade, you can choose from your hand what you want to play out from your discard pile. If not, if somehow they've got destroying their deck from pre-release, you're getting that back no matter what. So it just rules out that, oh no, like I've lost because we've destroyed one card. So I think it's going to be, if you see it, take it 100%.
Well, also
Same with free.
there's a lot of cards that destroy just hidden characters, right? So, and hidden characters are the best way to gain chakra, right? So, there'll be a lot of defeat hidden characters. I'm imagining at the pre-release events, right?
Yeah, especially that's how I've been playing.
I'll
When
just
I've been
correct
playing
you on one
online.
thing. The best way to generate chakra is a Tauntaun.
What's that?
Tauntaun.
Hidden characters isn't the best way to generate chakra. The best way to generate chakra is playing a Tauntaun.
Yes, but
I
It's
mean,
face
that's
up.
a singular card, but yeah, okay.
Yeah.
Yeah.
It also takes up
You
a
are
card.
right,
It also
technically.
takes up a card slot, you know. So just be careful of that. But no, the full.
But like you said, no
Kabuto
one's
is really
destroying a Tauntaun. That is true. So, but yeah, hitting. Yeah, I mean.
But the great thing about
when
Tauntaun is it forces them to target it if they're using like target the weakest or the lowest cost card in the mission. So like Tauntaun is like, it really dodges a lot of removal. Like it protects, I should say, your other characters.
from
Yeah,
Keeper.
it's like a.
Yep.
Yeah. It almost acts like a pseudo Genma for your characters.
Okay. And Genma is a protection card that, just so you guys know, when he says Genma, it's a card that if another character would be targeted, he would then he would be defeated. Anyway, moving on to, we talked about the 4-Force Kabuto. He revives. Reviving is always good, no matter what game you play. Okay, always play revive. There is a stipulate, like if it has a big cost, or you can't cheat it out, then maybe not. But the Kabuto, because you can cheat it out, definitely be playing this. Now the 5-cost Kabuto, one of the best cards in the game in general, but at pre-release, don't you think that it is gonna be very, very good?
Well, I think it is going to be good. It's for 5/5. The upgrade effect is power up 1. If you have the others, it's there if you need it. The main effect is hide all other characters in this mission with power less than this character. So that includes your own. I think with how pre-release is going to go, you're either playing. How I play it is I play with a lot of hide, destroy, and move. I don't think in my playstyle this is what I would play, but with how limited card pool you've got, I would end up probably playing this. I believe Rax, you play it a completely different way to me, don't you? With the pre-release, I play.
Oh yeah, I'd 100%
proper
play
hide.
Kabuto, just straight up. Because like if you could basically just stall out a round when a new mission forms, wait for your opponent to play all their stuff at that new mission, and then just drop your Kabuto raw there, hide everything, and then you win with just Kabuto alone.
It's the only,
With
it's the
how
only
you
card
say
in the
that
game.
you were playing,
Sorry, it's the only card in the game
Go
that
on.
can hide an unlimited amount of characters, of your opponent's characters and your own characters. So it has the potential to reach really crazy heights. So that's why I would also put it in all of my decks at pre-release.
Another reason I would play it in pre-release is because you can hide your own draw engine cards, like 1-cost Shikamaru, Ebisu, etc., so that you can replay them and get more cards and more advantage.
Yeah. All right. Well.
Because there would.
Yeah. Well, I think you guys that's what we reckon on the Kabuto line. And now I think let's move on to Shino, the 4-cost 4-power Shino. His effect is on instant, so on main. If there's a Jutsu character, you play this paying 4 less when you play it from hidden. So this is a really, really good card. Most of the cards are Jutsu in the game, so the likelihood you're only going to have to pay 1 to play this hidden and then flip it over is very likely. It's not going to be a dead card. It's one of the best cards in the game because you only have to pay 1 and you get 4 power. It's pretty simple, this card, right?
Yeah, it's an
Yeah,
insta
so
take. There's so many
it's the
jutsu. It's
second best
just
card in the game after
yeah.
Tauntaun.
Second best card in the game because if it gets hidden, who cares? You flip it for free, right?
Yeah, no,
Yeah.
the card's crazy. It's basically a Tauntaun that costs 1, but it's
Yep.
also got 4 power.
Cool. We recommend that. I think that's simple. Let's just move on. Now, Hinata, free cost 2 power. Whenever your opponent plays a character in this mission, you will gain 1 chakra. This is just a really good card to lock down a mission, in my opinion. Because if you play this at a mission, if your opponent wants to win, they're going to have to give you chakra.
So, with this card, I played against it probably about 4 times with the pre-release I was doing, and every single time we played it in the first mission. And every single time I thought, why are you doing that?
That's a bad decision.
Because all you do then is stall out by hiding cards and then play your cards after to win the mission. With this, don't fall into that trap of, oh, I can win the first mission. You can't, because a lot of people are going to be playing low chakra, high power cards that like draw a card and stuff like 1 chakra, 4 power, 2 chakra, 4 power. Like there's many cards that can do that for you. So I would say if you see it in your first hand, you hold on to it. Like it's a second mission, third mission where they think they're safe and you can play it down straight away, in my opinion.
Couldn't agree more. Don't fall into the trap of needing to play this early. It's not worth doing.
Yeah, it's also a really big bait and trap because the card effect makes you inclined to want to play it first at a mission to get the most value out of it. But if you play it first, it's so susceptible to cards like Kiba that then basically say you just wasted 3 chakra on this card, and if you really want to play it again, it's going to cost you another 3. And then you're just like you're not developing more bodies on the board to generate you further chakra in future rounds, and you've only got 2 power on board. Like it's kind of a bait. Like you need to play a card before you play Hinata realistically.
Tauntaun.
Yeah, like you need to like start with a Tauntaun or something else before you even play Hinata, just to protect the Hinata. Otherwise, yeah, you're losing so much tempo. But that's also like only if your opponent has Kiba.
Yeah,
But Hinata's also really easy to play around because you
right?
can just move cards into the mission. Like you don't need to play cards in the mission itself where Hinata is. You can usually just move your own cards from another mission into the mission where Hinata is and deny them that value.
Yeah, but this is pre-release, right? You got to imagine your opponent doesn't have a lot of their own movement cards. They don't have a lot of keybers, a lot of removement. I think just keep in mind that this is 2 power. A lot of things hit 1 power or hidden characters in pre-release. I think that this is fine. If they waste the keyber on this, like if they use the keyber on this, okay, that's fine. Maybe consider this a dead card and move on. You know, now that they've used
100%. That's how you have to do it.
Used their keybar, you're kind of safe in this mission. I would consider it like maybe they don't have a second keybar. They obviously could. It is uncommon. But we got to remember it's pre-release. There's like 140 cards in the game, and they've only got access to like 45 cards, right? So just be wary of that. You don't there's not. Hopefully your opponent doesn't have 2 keepers in pre-release. So I think Hinata's fine. Moving on, Kimimaru, 4 cost, 6 power. Now this character is really specifically good in pre-release, in my opinion. It has high power for 4 cost, and a pretty solid effect where it's just if this were to be targeted by an effect, which it probably won't be in pre-release, your opponent has to pay 1 more chakra. And then
it's not even if he gets targeted. If it's just if he's affected by an effect, period.
Yeah,
so if there's a blanket effect, like if your opponent plays 5/5 Kabuto to hide everything with less power, like I know he doesn't get affected anyway because he's got 6 power, but if he could be affected, he would still make your opponent have to spend more chakra to play that Kabuto.
I had no idea about that effect. That's even better. That's even more reason to play him now.
Yeah, no, he's
a
insane.
really solid card that we recommend. He does have an upgrade effect, but you're most likely not going to play it. You're probably most likely not going to find it, right? The free Kimimaru. So Just warrior. Just play him mostly for the stat line, I'd say.
Yeah, it's just a benefit that it costs that he's got that pay 1 extra chakra if he gets affected by anything.
Yep.
Just
Now,
a little insurance.
yeah. Now I think the best person to talk about this next one is Vax, the Zabuza line. How do you feel about the Zabuza line?
For pre-release, it's one of the best cards. Like, it's a 3/5 vanilla, and that's the stat line is just insane. It's just good. It's cheap, gives you a lot of power. So yeah, I recommend like picking up every vanilla Zabuza you can. The 5/5 Zabuza is okay. It's fine. It's a decent card. It's kind of like a 3/3 Kiba, but a little bit worse. It costs too much in comparison. It also has stipulations where your opponent can only have one non-hidden enemy character for it to actually work. So you are kind of having to invest 5 chakra right off the bat if your opponent plays something at a new mission. If what they play costs, 3, 4 or higher, then maybe you get value out of this by playing it straight away. But it's a fine card. I would still add it in my pre-release deck in case my opponent, plays that way and allows, removal effect to get value. But yeah.
Well, it's a great Kiba kind of like replacement, right? You don't if you want to run more Kiba kind of effects, right? It's really good. It's just also just another removal effect, right?
Yeah.
Worst case scenario, you might
You
not
hold
wanna
on to it for the right time.
Well, yeah. Worst case scenario, this will be a card you have to hold on to for a couple rounds just to like find an opening. But definitely a card worth playing, in my opinion.
Yeah, I'd agree with that.
Yeah, we would definitely recommend both of them.
100%.
Yeah. Now, 4-cost Kitamaru. Now, I believe this is the best movement card in the game. I think most people do. It's just a 4-cost, 4 power, and it moves anything away from this mission. So, this is really, really good. It's pretty much a win card. It's a win this mission type of card, in my opinion. You're going to move away a 6 power card. You're going to put 4 power somewhere. That's a 10 power swing, essentially, at a mission. If you're playing from hidden, so you have his ambush effect, he will also destroy a 1 power card, which, can be hidden cards. So he has so much value. Do you guys agree?
This was the goat for me when I was playing my pre-releases on like the
Yeah, he was the
tests
goat for mine
online.
as well. Like this
Yeah.
card wins single-handedly. It's probably the best card in pre-release format. Period.
Yeah.
Not Tauntaun?
Oh.
Next to
What
Tauntaun.
happened to your Tauntaun?
Good
Yeah.
point. True. No,
Throwing
if you want to
shade,
win
throwing
games,
shade.
Kitamaru.
I do.
Tauntaun,
No.
Kitamaru.
I agree with what you were saying, Liam. Like it's a 4/4, so you get the 4 power. You can move anything from that mission, and then you're also killing a hidden character that you might know if you've hidden it, or it's just another chakra gone for the next turn.
I'll be
It's
honest,
just
I don't like playing it hidden in pre-release because people play a lot of defeat hidden character effects because they're so common in the common and uncommon slots. So I don't want to risk it getting defeated before I can get use out of it. I'm more likely to just hold this card toward the end of the game and move the big threat that's going to win me the game at like the highest best point mission that I can.
well,
I can.
the way I play it is different because I'm pretty sure you were saying you play it differently, but I play a lot of chakra at the start, so a lot of hidden characters, and I play him as one of those 3 or 4 hidden characters at the start of the game. Or
Really, but then you
if I
couldn't
didn't have him
move
then,
him. But then you're putting him in early rank missions. Like, wouldn't you want to have him be able to play at A or B to like get a really good mission point swing and win more points?
well, that's the other thing I do is because I've gained that chakra early. Say I didn't play him as hidden, I play him later on as hidden, and then because I've got so much chakra, I do it at the end after my opponent's passed, or they don't have enough chakra to do anything with. So 2 chakra, let's say, is when I normally play him. And the way I play is I make sure I have more chakra than my opponent by like mission C, mission B, so that I can play him there.
Okay.
That's how I got the most value out of this.
2 different playstyles. I think both are correct. It really depends on how you want to play and how you want to win missions. my opinion, we all agree it's a must, right? No matter how someone uses
Oh,
this, they're
100%.
always going to get benefits from it. Yeah, just a simple card. Now, the Chidori, which is, I call it Chidori, it's Sasuke Chidori. It is essentially a 5/6 card that moves all characters from the mission you play it at to like any other missions you want. This
Or
is a
friendly code.
great card. Loading up on D never became more or less risk free, right? The problem with this game sometimes is you got to hide a lot of cards at the first mission, mission D, and then you have all these cards that are stuck there. Well, with Chidori, this allows you to move everything. Just a mandatory card, in my opinion.
I mean, if you're lucky
It's
enough to get this rare card in your 5 packs, sure.
Yeah,
But then you've also got to get lucky enough to draw it in your 30-card deck to be able to pull that off. Like, if you're
I mean, it's
overloading the
happened to me.
rank mission before you see this card, you're kind of cooking yourself if you don't see it.
that's fair. That's fair. It is a rare card. So maybe it's not as prevalent as I make it out to be. Just something to look out for. And I mean, most of your rare cards you'll chuck in anyway, just because they have like a 5/6 stat line anyway. But just be on the lookout for Chidori. It's just a really good card. Next one, Jirobo. Knight, would you like to tell us all about Jirobo 5 cost?
Where do we start? His main effect is power up X, where X is the number of characters in this mission. That's just powerful in itself. Like, someone stacks 4 characters on a mission, you play him by himself. He's a 5 cost, 6 power. So if the opponent and you have four characters in that one mission, he's going up to a 5/10. Like, it's just a win con. He can win a mission by himself. Like, there's no debate that if you get him, he's 100% you take him.
Is there anything else you want to add to that, Max?
I was going to say he includes himself. So in the example Knight said, where if there's 4 characters already at the mission and you play him, he's actually a 5/11. Like, playing him by himself, even alone at a mission, is a 5/7. So, like, he's always going to be generating you really good value.
Yeah.
Like, he's similar to Kidomaru in a sense that, like, you play him late in a round and he'll likely win you the round. Like, win you the mission at that round.
And the best part about Kidomaru and Jirobo is that they don't need upgrade effects to get their effect off, right? Like, they are fine.
Yeah, they're instant effects, the main effects. Yeah.
Yeah, that's what you want to be looking for. Any card that has an upgrade effect, like, you don't want to be looking at them. You want to be looking at main effect cards throughout. Any card,
Yeah.
instantly have a look, see if you like it. I mean, it's your choice in the end, but any main effect cards are where it's at.
The next card we're going to talk about is actually a really surprising card, and I'm actually going to ask Knight to take it away again, because this is the Dosu line. Surprisingly, Dosu is a great card in pre-release.
This was also one of the tops for me when I was playing. The main, not so much. Like, you look at a hidden card, but the ambush effect, defeat a hidden character in play, is so good. Like, if you already know a character, you can defeat that and look at different ones, so you know that one as well. Vice versa. Like, there's just the defeat a hidden character is good. It's a free stat line, so it's just good. Like, there's nothing else to say about it. It's just a good free, and you destroy a hidden character.
Yep. Because destroying a hidden character is not only taking away a chakra, it's taking away a card, right? And in pre-release, there's not a lot of draw mechanics, and it's not a lot of revive, so taking away a card is always beneficial. Yeah. Vax, do you want to talk about his upgrade? Or, like, his 4-drop?
Yeah, sure. Let me just find it.
The 4-drop is where it was at for me. It's a 4/5. The upgrade
Yeah, I would
is
say
look at
this
hidden
is better
character.
than the 3/3 actually.
Yeah, you don't care about the upgrade effect. It's the main effect you want.
Yeah, because the 3/3 is realistically a 4/3, right? And this is a 4/5. So this thing has 2 more power and does pretty much the same thing. So this card is actually better than the 3/3 in my opinion, because you're also not having to hide this first and let it be susceptible to removal from, like, other 3-cost Dosus or other cards that just defeat hidden characters. So in my opinion, I think the 4/5 dose is better than the 3/3.
But you play them both,
Yeah,
right?
if you get them, that's a problem.
I mean, common and uncommon, right?
I would definitely play the 4/5. The 3/3, I'm a little less convinced on it than you guys are. You guys really like the 3/3. But also, like, my playstyle in Sealed is like, I'm not really hiding many cards. I like to just slap stat sticks on the board. And then, yeah. So, I don't know. I guess it depends on the card pool you get, right? Like, it depends what the cards you open are.
Okay,
Yeah.
that's fair. That's fair. I always think that getting rid of a chakra and a card from the opponent is always good.
It is. It
You
is.
know, it is a shame. Like, it is going to cost you 4 chakra in total, and you're only getting free power. But with the game being so limited, and if your opponent's hiding cards, I think it's worth it. I think it's worth playing them both.
I think it's a good
like
card. But yeah, it's just very situational, I'd say.
Yeah. Now, Gummy Hero is our next card, and this is a summon. It's a 4/6 summon character. What summon characters are all about is they'll bounce back to hand at the end of the round. And while Gummy Hero is here and not Gummy Bunta is because Gummy Hero is going to draw you a card. So, if you have another character there. So, in my opinion, this is a very important card to take into pre-release. However, it does bounce back. So, how do you guys feel about this in pre-release?
It's not a play every round type of card, but you're gonna draw at least 2 cards off it. I think it's just really good. I don't. You end up like the way I play at least. I end up not having enough cards to play for the last mission. So when I was playing it, I was giving up the first mission and I was giving up the very last mission, but I was winning all the ones in between, and that's how I was winning the games. And this helps with that playstyle.
Interesting. Yeah, yeah. I like it too. Let's move on. Characters that I think are kind of interesting to talk about, and I think we disagree on this, is the Tailed Beasts card. I'm not talking about the Secret Rare Ninetales. I'm talking about the cards that upgrade over Naruto and Gaara, so the One Tails and the Nine Tails. How do you guys feel about those cards?
I think they're really strong and sealed. Because if you get the Gaaras or the Narutos to upgrade into the Tailed Beasts themselves are incredibly well statted and they have built-in protection. So, like, it's very hard to deal with them. And they're actually relatively good for their cost. Like, I played a sealed event where I played a Sand Shield Gaara for 2 chakra, 1 to hide, 1 to reveal, and then it only cost me another 3 chakra to go into the 6/9 One Tail. So I paid 5 chakra for 9 power, and it's got protection built in, and like that's so much value.
All right, take the Tailed Beast then. I think we agree then. I thought you would disagree. Yep, take the Tailed Beast. Next one is Kankuro. Kankuro is, I think every single card of his is worth playing, to be honest, in the sealed format. I'll take it away, and I'll explain why. So, essentially, the free Kankuro is, if your opponent has a character in this mission, you'll be gaining a chakra at the beginning of every turn. So it's a free, but it's going to be generating you 2 chakra there every turn. So, while there are like free draw cards and stuff like that, I think that he is really good just because it means that you don't have to hide as many cards to gain as much chakra. So I think he's a fine card to take.
Look, I don't have the 3/3 down because I've put them in like basically what I would say like underneath all these cards that we're talking about, like not all the chakra generators and stuff like that are just you take them no matter what basically. I've got the 4/4, which is the ambush effect of move any character with power 4 or less, and then the upgrade is play a friendly character whilst hidden, paying 1 less.
Yeah, you're probably not going to get the upgrade effect, but I really love him being able to move anything that costs 4 power, like that has a 4 power. Because it can move itself, or it can move anything else. It's just an amazing card, in my opinion.
Yeah, it gives you that flexibility that you need in pre-release. Like a lot of the time, you end up with characters where they're not optimal, or you're winning a mission so badly that your opponent literally has nothing there because they don't even fight for it and stuff like that. So
Yep. And then
definitely needed.
finally, it's the 5/5. So this one is a 5 cost, 5 power, and on play it will just defeat a free power character in this mission. The upgrade effect is you can move any character in play, which is really good if you can get the upgrade line. But just it being 5 cost, 5 power, and destroying a free power card means it's kind of 8 power in my opinion. And I do think this is worth playing, even if it just destroys a hidden card, like, or 2 power, 1 power. I think it still finds value that way. Would you guys agree with me? I feel like you guys are a bit more hesitant on the Kankuro line.
No, I think it is a good line, but you never get in the whole line. So I think each of them are good. Each of them are good. I insta take them. Like when I was playing, every time I saw them, I took them instantly. Like it wasn't even a second thought. Like you only after opening your packs, you've only got 15 cards that are going to be left over. So half the time it's stuff that has no main effect or just bad stat lines, and Kankuro isn't one of them. So
Yeah. So Kankuro is just good to take. Got you.
Yeah, like when I've seen the rare 5/5 Conqueror, I've taken it just because it's got removal on instant main. So like you don't need any other like upgrades. You can just plop it down for 5 and blow something up. 4/4 is like similar. It's just got a really good ambush effect, similar to like Kidomaru, except you can move just any character. The restriction is based on power, but like you can just move anything anywhere if it has power 4 or less. So those two are really good. The 3/3 is fine. Like I don't think it's crazy, but
yeah,
it's
no,
good.
that's
Like
fair.
it's very playable.
Okay, a character I really like is the 5 cost, 5 power Orochimaru that has an ongoing effect. If you're losing this mission, you may move this character. How do you guys feel about this one?
it never came up for me. I never got to play it in pre-release.
Yep.
I'm not sure how well it does, but I don't see it being bad. Like the fact that you can move it out of a mission that you've lost. So as I was saying before, people just give up on missions. You can be that person that gives up on the mission and moves it to somewhere where you're guaranteed to win. You know what I mean?
I think it's a great card because if you chuck this at a mission, and then your opponent fights really hard for it, no downside to you. You can always like move it. It's not the biggest deal. It's kind of like, oh, I'm gonna commit 5 chakra here, but if you commit more, I'm gonna leave the mission. I think it's a great kind of win con in pre-release just because it's a card that doesn't lock you in place. So I would recommend taking this. And now our final card actually is Anko, the free cost. How's everyone feeling about Anko?
I think it's goated.
So it's
Not goated, but
it's pretty much like Dosu, right? Except it's got one more power, right? It's a free 4
yeah.
ambush, defeat a hidden character. Perfect, right? I think that it's
Yeah, it's better than Dosu.
Yeah, it's better than Dosu. Dosu
Yeah.
has the on main of looking at the hidden card, so you can choose to go to a different hidden card at least. But I would rather the 1 power, to be honest. So I would definitely recommend Anko.
Honestly, I have
think
both of
the
these in my
biggest
pre-release
upside
deck.
for Dosu over Anko is actually the fact that Dosu doesn't have Jutsu, meaning your opponent can't just 4/4 Shino against you there. But
That's true.
But in constructed, I'd feel like that's more of a problem than in pre-release. So yeah.
no, like uncommons, you're gonna see uncommon cards. So like the 4/4 Shino, fully expect.
Okay, that's fair. That's fair. I would expect maybe 1. at the most, and then usually you're playing enough jutsu that it doesn't matter. If this one's jutsu.
Like I had a pre-release where I actually got 2 copies of the 5/5 Orochimaru Uncommon Substitution Jutsu.
Oh yeah.
Funny enough, I actually found it pretty clunky. Like there was never a time in the game where I was like, yeah, I want to spend 5 chakra on a card that's not going to impact the board right away. So I never ended up playing it, even though I just had them sitting there. So I don't know how I feel about that.
Okay, we can agree to disagree on that. But I think that brings us to the end of all the cards I wanted to talk about today. Is there any cards that I had forgotten? Any cards you really want to bring up? Fellas, feel free to bring it up now.
Have you got any Vax?
I'm gonna take that as a no back.
Oh, did you say that?
Yep.
Sorry, I thought he said, have you got any ranks? I misheard him.
We're just asking if you have any more cards you want to bring up. This is the end of the video, so it's it's okay. We can kind of deviate a little bit. 100%.
A couple of cards that we didn't talk about. I'd say the 2-cost Tamari, where if you've got the edge, she has +2 power. In pre-release, you're usually just dropping bombs anyway, so you can effectively get this to be a 2-cost 4 power pretty regularly. So that's really strong. 3-cost Shikamaru to be able to ambush and then move the last enemy character played during your opponent's last turn is really good.
Yeah, I agree. I agree. That is a fantastic card.
I wouldn't say this is a fantastic card, but the Pangu? How do you say his name? The dog. The Kakashi's ninja one. Yeah. I had a game earlier where the only reason I won every mission is because I had him move to every mission throughout as it got graded, as it got like evaluated. So I won them all by 1 point, and I managed like, which is just crazy. I just wanted to. That was just a crazy thing that happened. So I thought I'd mention that.
Yeah, Parkin left.
Yeah, I think Parkin's a fine 1/1 scout. That's okay. Yeah.
He is a scout as well, which is why.
Yeah. For a sealed event, he's definitely one of the better scouts as well. Yeah, for sure.
The fact that you can move him to like a mission where you might only be having like 1 or 2 characters there now, or you plan on moving, so I don't know.
I'll also actually bring up a nice little combo as well that I think. So one card that's really good in sealed, actually, not so much in constructed, but in sealed, came across a lot. Like I would on multiple occasions get like 2 or 3 copies of this in my 5 packs, and that's the 3-cost Hiruzen Sarutobi, the Professor. Just being able to put 5 power on the board for 3 chakra, it was really good. And I was usually able to combo him as well with like either one or both of the uncommon Rock Lee or Might Guy 4 costs, because they permanently get to keep their power-up tokens. Because these cards are relatively common, like that combo wasn't that hard to pull off when I saw the cards.
It was common for me as well. I noticed that it was and it's just an insta take as well. Like because there's so little cards that affect the game so much, when you can't upgrade, it's just an insta take.
I agree with all those cards, guys. And I recommend anyone who wants to play pre-release, you can look at the card pool. There's a lot of the commons and uncommons that you're most likely going to see on the Naruto Mythos website. Not all the cards are there. Just keep that in mind. But I hope everyone enjoyed this video. We really wanted to make this about the pre-release, and this will be like a weekly thing going forward. We're really enjoying the game. I really love the game. We have so many hours. We play all the time. And yeah, if you want to play with us, we have our own Discord. You know, I also have the Discord to the Naruto community Discord, and I really recommend you checking those out. Anything you guys want to add and say goodbye?
I don't know. I think we covered everything to do with pre-release there. I'm happy with that.
Put every Tauntaun you see in your packs into your deck. That's all I have to say. Every Tauntaun, every 4-cost Shino, just do it. You won't regret it.
Yep. Have 4 of them if you pull 4.
Yeah,
no matter what, have them all in.
Yeah. All right, guys.
I'm joking, by the way. Don't have 4 Tauntauns.
I would 100% play 4 Tauntauns.
That's because you're a psychopath. Like, you're not playing 4 Tauntauns.
Bro, I'm not drawing into all 4 Tauntauns in a game. Let's be real here. But I'm probably going to see 1 or 2 now, which means I've got 2 missions fully protected with extra chakra being generated.
Yeah,
Tauntaun's the goat.
You know the
Play
best thing.
Tauntaun.
You know the best thing about Tauntaun is drawing 2 Tauntauns on the final round. Can't tell you how fun that is. So guys, thank you guys for watching. Have a good one. See you next week.